In this presentation, I will be exploring the life of Leonardo da Vinci and the works that he completed. Who was Leonardo da Vinci? Leonardo da Vinci was an Italian painter, draftsman, sculptor, architect, and engineer that is famously known for his work during the Renaissance period. He is widely considered one of the greatest artists of all time and painted some of the most famous paintings ever, such as the Last Supper and the Mona Lisa. Throughout his lifetime, Leonardo's curiosity and intelligence led him to make significant contributions in anatomy, science, and engineering. To this day, Leonardo da Vinci's legacy continues to inspire artists, scientists, and thinkers around the world. Our timeline begins on April 14, 1452, when Leonardo da Vinci is born in Anciano, Italy. The image to the left is the monument in Anciano, Italy that honors his birthplace. At the age of 15 years old, Leonardo became an apprentice under Andrea de Verrocchio. In the modern age, 15 may seem young for this, but it was actually quite old for the time. In 1972, Leonardo becomes a member of the Florence Painters Guild. 1 year later, he creates his earliest known drawing, which is a landscape of the Arno Valley. In 1476, Leonardo is accused of sodomy. For those that don't know, sodomy is a sexual crime, so it is fortunate that he was not found guilty. In 1477, Leonardo assists in painting the Annunciation to the Virgin, and in 1481, he begins painting the Adoration of the Magi. Unfortunately, he never completes this work because he moves from Florence to Milan. 1 year later, Leonardo receives one of his first commissions and begins working on the Virgin on the rocks. 1483 is also the same year that Raphael was born. Raphael was another famous Renaissance artist. 1489, Leonardo paints The Lady with an Ermine. According to arthistorynews.com, this painting is believed to be worth over $2 billion today. In 1490, Leonardo was believed to have painted Salvator Mundi. There is a bit of a mystery behind this painting, and it is not fully confirmed that Leonardo painted it. However, Leonardo is still typically given credit for creating this work, and it sold for over $450 million in an auction in 2017. In 1495, Leonardo began working on The Last Supper, and he completed it 3 years later in 1498. The Last Supper is Leonardo's second most famous work and depicts a scene of Jesus sharing his last meal with his disciples before he is crucified. In 1500, Leonardo returns to Florence and begins painting The Virgin and Child with St. Anne and completes it nearly 10 years later. 2 years later, Leonardo becomes a military engineer working under Caesar Borgia. In 1503, Leonardo begins painting the Mona Lisa. The painting was commissioned by a rich Italian merchant, Francesco del Giocondo, who wanted to create a portrait of his wife, Lisa. In 1506, Leonardo began sketching and attempting to build flying machines for humans. He was the first human to explore this field and created over 100 drawings that illustrated his theories on flight. In the same year, Leonardo also completes the Mona Lisa. In 1962, the Mona Lisa painting was purchased by the Louvre in France for $100 million, and it is now the most well-known painting across the globe. In 1515, Leonardo paints St. John the Baptist, and 1 year later, he moves to France to work under King Francis. Under the king, Leonardo is the premier painter and engineer and architect of France. Unfortunately, in 1519, Leonardo passes away in France due to a stroke. To this day, his legacy is still remembered, and he continues to inspire artists, scientists, and thinkers around the world. Thank you for watching.